Right, I think it's recording. Don't worry about it recording. Just act as natural as we can. Just forget about that. It's just recording for other people who can't be here today, can watch it later. So, welcome to Wellness Training. Now, we have a number of people who are fairly new to Temple Spa and a number of people who've been with us for quite a while. So forgive me if I'm sort of doubling up on information that you've already got, but hopefully I'll hit the level that everybody needs to know. So first of all, give us a little bit of a wave if you are brand new to Temple Spa. Yay! Well done and welcome. So we've got Michelle, Nicola, Emma's fairly new. Who else was fairly new? Yeah, brill. Lots and lots of good new people. Give us a wave if you are fairly familiar with Temple Spa, been doing it for a while. Yeah. And I like the fact that loads of you are in the back garden. That's really good. I wish I'd thought of that. So I've written down quite a few notes, so I'll try and stay on track. And hopefully we won't be much longer than probably about an hour, if that's okay. If you need to pop in and out and get drinks and whatever, because it's quite hot today, just feel free to be, do your own thing. So welcome, my name is Penny. I'm a manager with Temple Spa. You might see me doing batshit crazy stuff online and on my Facebook page and whatever. But I've been with Temple Spa for nearly 2 years now, and I've been a manager for nearly a year. I love doing my wellness sessions, and I really do feel that at this moment in time with lockdown, it's certainly the platform that a lot of my customers are wanting to treat themselves and access some wellness kind of support for themselves during this really challenging time with COVID-19. So the purpose of today is to give you some product knowledge about what you would have in a wellness session, but also to give you some information about the digital platforms that you can deliver your sessions on during the time when we can't do our spa-to-go experiences. So we'll be exploring Facebook events, WhatsApps, Zooms, those kind of platforms as well. And I will say that it hasn't detracted. In fact, it's only enhanced being able to do it in a digital format, doing the wellness sessions. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, I'll talk to you about mini classes as well. So if you're not really up to doing loads of people all at the same time, how to arrange a mini class for wellness, how to arrange a big class for wellness, and also how to arrange one-to-one sessions, which are extremely popular at the moment. So we'll be going over our product knowledge, and if you've got a pen and paper, it might be worth just making a few notes, or just sit back and relax and enjoy this, and hopefully if it's recorded, you'll be able to watch it at a later date and make your little notes. But we'll be going through the various products that we use in a wellness session. Now, if you're familiar with Temple Spa, you'll know that we've got a hub, and on the hub, we've got our information. And all of this information is available on the hub. So you will find your wellness script is on the hub. And it literally is, when I'd say, the penny's guide, the idiot's guide on what to say. So everything is in there. All your details are on your script, and you can print that off. There is also on the hub some little worksheets. Now, I found these quite helpful to email out to my customers when we've been doing wellness sessions, just so that they've got something to tick off while I've been talking to them through, like you would do in a skin therapy class when we're sitting around in the comfort of somebody's home, replicating the Temple Spa wellness session. We'd be doing it online. They can tick off and make a little note of the things that they've really enjoyed treating themselves to. And there is also on the hub, I love this, I don't know if you've seen it, there's a little, you can email it over to your customers or pop it on your Facebook page, wellness tips, so how to stay well. Now, during COVID-19, I think that people are particularly paying attention to self-care. One, they've got more time to give to self-care, and two, really, what else have we got to do than just look after ourselves, keep ourselves safe and healthy during this difficult time? So the wellness tips are on there, are brilliant. And then on the other side of it is all the about us information, about who Temple Spa is, but also the products that you would use in the wellness session. So that's quite good. If you are thinking, well, how do I even email my customers? There is an email on the hub as well, which I printed off there, which is editable. What I tended to do was cut and paste the text and then stick it into my own like MailChimp or my own Outlook Express or something like that. And then I've edited it and made it personal. The email that's on the hub at the moment is mainly about how to do a wellness session in a workplace. And this is how the wellness session came about originally. About maybe 7-8 months ago, we came up with the idea of doing a pop-up kind of spa experience in people's workplaces, either during their lunch hour or just after work or even before work. And the session would last about half an hour and would be about self-care, emotional well-being, and giving them a few top tips on how to de-stress and get through the day. That then now was translated into an online digital format of that, which for me has been incredible. It's given me such a string to my bow, and it's helped me to connect with not just workplaces, but also my customers as well. And my customers are loving it, my friends and family are loving it. And I come to it from a point of emotional support, well-being support, rather than a salesy aspect. But inevitably, people do want to treat themselves, particularly at this time as well. So the product knowledge that we're going to discuss today, you might already be familiar with, but sometimes it's good to recap. The first thing that we're going to start with is a bit of a de-stressing ritual as well. So if you want to take part. If you want to just sit back and watch, that's great. But I always start all of my digital virtual classes with a little bit of wellness, even if it's a skin therapy class, even if it's a master class or a staycation experience. I always start with a little bit of wellness. So the first thing that I'd encourage my really long existing customers to do is they would have some of their products. I would give them a list of all the products that we're going to use in the next little session. And if they haven't got some of the products, I would send them in the post to them. And I'm going to come back to this a little bit later on. So don't worry about how we get products to people. I'll touch on that in a little bit. But just imagine that we're with a bunch of customers who've been with you for a little while maybe, and they have enjoyed treating themselves to a few things. One of the things that is a key signature in our wellness sessions is quietude. So I would always begin even a skin therapy session with my quietude, and I would encourage them just to spritz the air around them and take some lovely, nice, deep breaths. And then I would start a de-stressing ritual. And the first thing, I'm just going to move back a little bit so you can see me a little bit better, is a shoulder roll experience. So this one is going to be a little bit like making a box. So we're going to move the shoulders up and forwards, down and back. So if you imagine you're drawing a square with your shoulder. So we'd make sure that our people online are sitting comfortably, got their feet flat on the floor, and they've got the shoulders nice and relaxed, and you'd have your beautiful Repose suite playing in the background, chilling their minds and relaxing their busy brains. And I'd encourage them to keep their head still and only move their shoulders. So I'll sort of accentuate it a little bit so you can see. So we'd move shoulders up and hold, forwards and hold, down and hold, and back and hold. So I'll do it sideways so you can see as well. So shoulders go up, shoulders go forwards, shoulders go down, shoulders go back. And what this is going to do is release any tension that's been held in between your shoulder blades. Now you can repeat that sort of, 3 or 4 times, and encouraging the people to really use their shoulder blades to mark and move the actual square, so that when you pull down, you're pulling down from your shoulder blades, and you can see straight away when you pull down your shoulder blades, those shoulders here will release. And when you try that yourself, you really will see that you get a massive release, particularly in the middle of your neck. So that's quite a good de-stressing ritual. Another one is head stretches. Now you might be familiar with this one. So again, I just encourage them to be sitting comfortably with their back against the back of their chair, hands on their laps, nice and loose and relaxed. And it's a very gentle, just move your head to one side and hold. I'm doing it a little bit quicker than you would do in real life. And then back to the middle, probably count for 3 or 4, to the left, to the middle, to the right, to the middle, and to the left, to the middle. And I'll make sure that the top tip here is not to rotate the shoulders, but to keep the shoulders still. And we're working on releasing any tension that's in the neck, particularly that bit of the neck where your head joins on. So that's where the pivoting part is. Okay, so these are just lovely little de-stressing things. And then the other thing you can do is head to chin and up, and head back and up. I always tell my ladies that make sure that you only move as far as is comfortable for you, and then also to make sure that you probably get oh sorry, Emma's just lost her sound, just one moment. She got it now. She's just connecting back. And what you'll probably find is, as your tension is releasing during this de-stressing ritual, you'll be able to rotate a little bit more, maybe it's one side, than you did the first time. Has it come back on? So that's a little de-stressing ritual. Another thing, what we find is that when we're sitting quite a lot at our computers, our feet and ankles are starting to swell a little bit because we're sitting quite a lot. So another one, I'll do it with my hands, which are pretending to be my feet, if you know what I mean. So another one is you'd encourage people to sit with their back against the back of their chair, and they would lift their foot up and rotate their ankle. Again, just as gently as is possible, trying not to move their knee as they move their foot, okay? But rotating the ankle joint one way, rotating the ankle joint the other way, and repeat with the other foot. And again, you can do it 2 or 3 times each one. And then some toe tapping, so just reaching and tap, reach and back. And this helps just to stretch out the calves, and it helps to stretch out the ankle joints as well. Emma, can you hear me? She seems to have gone. Right, unmute Emma. Sorry for the little interlude. We seem to have lost Emma. Just 2 seconds. So, those little exercises are pretty easy to do, and they seem to just take a little moment before the actual wellness session begins. Emma, can you hear me now? Yeah, brilliant. So the products in the wellness session, if I just give you the kind of outline of what I tend to use, and then we'll talk through each one separately. Breath of life, obviously quietude, Siesta Forever candle, which is behind me over there, and art, which is a really good one to use. We've got Repose, aromatherapy cream, Windows of the Soul, toning essence, and we've got Palm Balm as well. So don't worry if you haven't got all those written down. As I say, they're all on the sheet on the hub for you, so don't panic about that. So what I tend to do then in the actual class, and it's very similar to what I do in the real world, to what I do online, is I don't tend to talk to them too much about what's in the product, what it does, blah, 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 because they're not there to listen to what, well, for me, they're not there to listen to all the blurb about eucalyptus does this and licorice does that and blah, blah, blah. They're there to experience feeling better within themselves and having a ritual routine that they can repeat, okay? But I'll explain a little bit to you guys just so that you know some of the ingredients and the science behind it, if that makes sense. So the first thing I normally do with my wellness session, I would have sent the customers all the information beforehand, and again we'll come back to this a little bit later on. So your customers can either have treated themselves to some of these products, or they can have samples sent in the post. Now, the Breath of Life is one of the key ingredients and key products for our wellness session. And this is like wellness in a jar, really. So in my sessions, what I tend to do is I would encourage them to have, on the Rolls Royce version of this, a little bowl that they can put hot water into to then drop a couple of drops of Breath of Life into. Now that's if they've got a Breath of Life. Now a lot of my customers already have, so they're happy to use that. The reason I do that is because the inhalation from the steam is wonderful at opening the airways, really cleansing the nasal passages, and helping you to breathe and relax a lot more. Now, the way that they can have their bowl ready and some hot water is, you know, those little like coffee mugs that we carry around with us at work and whatever, with the little lids on, yeah. Well, we can ask them to put some hot water in a little hot mug that they can use to pour in straight away, drop the Breath of Life in, and take some lovely deep inhalations. However, if you're brand new to Temple Spa, you won't have a big database of people, and this is a way to get spreading the love of Temple Spa to all the people all around. So what I would be doing is sending my customers a little tissue folded up with a couple of drops of Breath of Life onto the tissue, and I would fold that up, pop it in a little, you know, like a little lockable sandwich bag type thing, and pop it in the post to them to have ready. Now, what I would say to your customers who are going to treat themselves to a wellness session in this way is, when your little goodie pack arrives, don't open it. Wait till our virtual class so we can all experience the awe and wonder of Temple Spa all together, okay? So they might be tempted to open it and whatever beforehand, resist the temptation. So that when they open their little sealed bag and they smell, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, apparently, obviously the post is taking a little bit longer to arrive because of restrictions with everything that's going on. But some people have managed to send it in the post and it's got there within 5 or 6 days and it still smells of Breath of Life. How cool is that it lasts that long? So your Breath of Life does contain like menthol, eucalyptus, those things, and we associate that with opening the airways. Now, obviously when you're doing your virtual classes, and we'll come back to that, they might say, oh, it's just like olive oil. Well, actually, no, it's not, because this is a far more concentrated sort of version of eucalyptus and whatever, that this is going to last about 50 million times longer than olive oil. But in the interest of coronavirus madness and whatever, if, let's say, you had arranged a virtual class and your beautiful samples hadn't got there, and they had some Vicks or they had some olive oil or whatever, just do the same thing with that, you know? We're talking about a routine, we're talking about a ritual, and then hopefully they'll go, this doesn't work so well. Oh, well, treat yourself to this. This works a lot better. Do you know what I mean? So that's our breath of life. Obviously, quietude is our beautiful spa in a bottle. It creates the ambience of being in a spa. Now, this has got really calming qualities, and it's great as a pillow mist. It's great as a perfume, a fragrance to help you feel calm, relaxed. It's fabulous if you particularly do suffer with anxiety. And it's a lovely mist for me in my space, just to help yourself calm down. Now, I'm using it quite a lot throughout the day at the moment, because I don't know about you, but I have waves of kind of like panic and, oh my God, I don't go outside, I might catch coronavirus. So it really does help me to keep quite calm. Now, your Siesta Forever candle, that's a lovely candle to have. I'll just go and get mine. Now, obviously, in a real class, we would have this in the room when the ladies and gents came to have their wellness experience in the workplace or in the home, and we'd have it burning so that the beautiful fragrance of the chamomile, the frankincense, all of that would be filling the room when they arrived there. Obviously, I wish we had smellorama so that people could smell what we've got, but we can't. But again, if you had that maybe, you know, on your shelf in the background, it's just another kind of subliminal kind of, these are the lovely things that are going to help you feel calm and relaxed. And what I will say is, things like Quietude and Siesta Forever are some of my most popular products at the moment, because people are really wanting to treat themselves to feeling calm. And the other thing that we've got then in the ritual is R. Now, R is a real cooling lotion, soothing, great for aching limbs, and it really does help. And in the ritual that we're going to go through in a minute, it's all about unknotting your neck, helping you to feel more relaxed. It's got a lovely fragrance to it as well, which will open up your airways. If you didn't have your breath of life, you can always use this for that. And again, it is a real soothing lotion. So it feels a little bit pingly when you put it on. It'll cool, it'll warm, and and the reason that it's called R is because eventually everyone sits there and goes, ah, it's lovely. Now, that's quite easy to send in the post in a little sample pot as well. The other thing that we're going to describe is Repose. And Repose obviously is our resting nighttime cream. But in this ritual, we're going to use it for the properties of being calm, soothed, settled, and helping us to feel a little bit more relaxed during our wellness session. And again, that's got, I think it's something like 13 sedative effect oils in it, all the aromatherapy oils, main one being lavender. And again, we associate lavender with a good night's sleep. But again, we use this as part of the wellness ritual for its properties of helping us feel calm. We've also got Windows of the Soul. Now, this is mine. You can see it's like nearly gone. This is our eye treatment. And this has got milk thistle in it, it's got eye bright, it's got edelweiss, and these are key ingredients for brightening the eye area, helping to remove the dark circles, and it's also got properties in to reduce the puffiness around your eyes as well. And then the other thing we're going to use is Be Gone, which is our cleanser. So this cleanser is a really good one for sensitive skin. It's got licorice in it, so it helps to soothe the skin. So if we've been outside as well and we've overdone the sunshine, then this is going to help your skin to feel a lot more settled and soothed, and it's going to help to repair the skin as well as taking out any debris that's on the skin. And this is great as well because it's quite a sticky, elasticy. This is my own one, so I can put my fingers in it. So this one is really elasticy, and can you see how sort of stringy it is? So it's really good at cleaning out your pores with its sort of elasticity. It helps to unclog the pores, which is great. And then one of the last things that we're going to talk about is Palm Balm, which comes at the end of the ritual, which is our fantastic hand treatment, and it's the best hand treatment you will ever have. If you've ever treated yourself to this, you'll come back to it over and over again, and you literally wait for the time of year when it's on offer and you stockpile it to last you for the rest of the year. It is a deep, nourishing, hydrating, anti-aging treatment, and this comes at the end of the ritual. That's all the products that we've talked through. And like I said, toning essence, forgot about that one. So toning essence is used in the ritual. Again, it can be used as a spritz just to liven up your face if you're feeling a little bit down in the dumps. But it's also great at taking off your cleanser, toning the face, helping to close the pores. And it's like a little Mediterranean fruit salad. It's fabulous, it smells divine. And it's funny, one of my customers just said to me, we've just been out for a run this morning, and she said, oh, do you know what? It's such a good price that, for how long it lasts and for what it does. It does all sorts of things. So particularly good as well at this time of year when being in the back garden. Toning essence is great at cooling your skin. And it also helps to balance your pH of your skin as well. So if you've overdone the sunshine and you're feeling red hot, spritz yourself with that. So that's all the products that we'll be using. Anybody got any questions so far? Nope. No, good. Right, okay. So, wait a minute, we've got, who's this?
Hey.
Catherine, right,
Can you hear us?
Of course can, you've unmuted yourself.
Right, okay. You know the quietude, how do you get the smell of that in the room?
So that's a good question. What I've actually done, I haven't spritzed it on a tissue or anything like that, but what I've done, I have a number of the All Being Well tins that I've actually stockpiled. And as that's £25 and you get 5 items, it sort of works out at, roughly £5 an item. So what I've said to them is, if you don't have quietude and you like to treat yourself to that, I can send you one in the post for £5, okay, postage and packaging, whatever. I can send you one in the post for £5, or we can miss that part out, you know what I mean? Because it's £9.50 on the hub.
Yeah.
And as a single item, and really I'd rather they treat themselves to the £25 or well tin. A lot of my customers at the moment, I've been working with my customers who already have a lot of this kit.
Yeah.
So far I've only had to send 2 of the little quietudes in the post. And most people sort of said, well, I'm happy to go without that at this moment in time.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to transport it on a tissue. Yeah.
So how much is the £5 one to post? Does it have to go as a small parcel?
I think I did it. I think I did it on the £1.15 stamp because it's a bit deeper. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But for me, by the time I've taken my commission off, do you know what I mean? And it may be that some of the items of the All Being Well tin, like the Repose, that's £15 to buy on its own now. So I can sell that for £10. They've still got a bargain. I've covered my costs and I've covered my postage as well. So I've not had myself out of pocket. Yeah.
Okay, shall I mute myself?
Mute yourself now, thank you. Hooray. So, the wellness session then, we've talked through all the products. So what I propose I'm going to do is just go through the wellness session as I would do it online. Now, this one works best in a Zoom session or some sort of video face-to-face, okay? Because they can see you doing what you're doing, and you know, you can see them doing what they're doing, if that makes sense. And now, if you don't want to do a Zoom session or whatever, that's absolutely fine. You can type it up and, you know, click and post in a Facebook thing, and we will touch on that a lot more in a minute. So the first part of our wellness session is I would start with saying, hello, welcome, blah, 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 you've got all your products, let's get ready to open our little pack together, or get you know, all your stuff together if you've got it at home, is using our breath of life. And I would say, you know, welcome to the wellness session. The purpose of today is to improve your emotional well-being today, help you feel more relaxed, restored and revived, and either ready for bed or ready to face the day, or whatever part of the day it is. So I would say, open up your breath of life little packet, and we're going to do a breathing ritual. So I would be saying, or if you've got your breath of life, dab it on your tissue. So, or pour it into your bowl and inhale, depending on which version they've got. So most of mine at the moment are having a little tissue sent in the post. So I would say, put the breath of life tissue near to your nose, and just take some nice deep breaths. And I would say maybe, you know, waft it about a little bit like that. Get the aromatherapy oils circulating, and take some really nice deep cleansing breaths. This works really well if you, as the Zoom host, have got the nice sort of plinky plonky music on in the background, Repose suite, that sort of thing, to just they focus on your voice, they focus on the music. And literally, one of my customers the other night was literally, you could see like nodding, going like they're falling asleep. So the breathing ritual, so once they've kind of like open their airways, I would get them to concentrate on their breathing. Now, breathing is something that we don't really ever have to learn to do. And we do breathing about 20,000 times a day. You wouldn't realise it. So the breathing ritual focuses on where we take our breath from. So, moving back. So if you have your hand on the top and your hand on your tummy, yeah, and basically, I would ask my customers there to say, just breathe normally and tell me which hand is moving. Is it your top hand or your bottom hand? So, and 9 times out of 10, they'd probably say, oh, it's my top hand. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down. Then I would explain to them that when it's our top hand that's moving quite a lot, we're breathing from the top part of our lungs. And that means, if you imagine your lungs are like a big triangle, that means that only this bit of your lungs is working to get air in and air out. And when we suffer, if anybody ever has, and I've had quite a few of them, full-blown panic attacks, this is where we're breathing from. So we're not getting, our lungs like a big triangle, we're not getting a lot of air in, we're not getting a lot of air out, and that causes us to hyperventilate, feel dizzy, pass out, all the rest of that. So we teach our customers to breathe really deeply in part of the breathing ritual. So I'm going to go sideways. So we would teach them to breathe using their diaphragm. So it's this part that's going to go in and out. Now it seems a bit strange, but when we breathe in, our tummy is going to come out. So when we breathe in, tummy goes out. When we breathe out, tummy comes in. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now that feels really weird at first, but by the end, when people have repeated that a few little times, they can literally feel that they're having this cleansing breath. And then what I normally do is say to them, right, have another little smell of your breath of life and practice our breathing ritual using that diaphragm to breathe out. Tummy goes like, you know, so you're really using that diaphragm muscle. And the reason is that you're not filling the whole of your lungs, you're not getting that cleansing breath. Now, one of the breathing rituals that I tend to do is the 3, 4, 5. So we'd breathe in, Where your tummy comes out, breathe in, 4, 3, breathe. Then you hold your breath for 4, then you breathe out, 4, 5. So you're expelling all the kind of like toxic air, you're expelling all the negative vibes, you're expelling all the badness out and breathing the goodness in. So you breathe in, 2, 3, and hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I count them through like that, and maybe repeat it 3 or 4 times. And straight away, you can just literally see their shoulders dropping, them feeling almost sleepy already, yeah? So that's a nice little ritual to start with. Now, the main focus of this wellness session, if you're doing it on an evening, which a lot of mine are at the moment, is what we'd call the Slumber Facial. So it's all about preparing for rest and going to bed. So the Slumber Facial, the first thing we start with is, and I'll do it for you, is our Be Gone. So I don't have to talk you through the product, we've already done that. So I would get them to open up their little sample if they've got their sample, and the label will be on the top saying Be Gone. Right, ladies and gents, we're going to open up our Be Gone sample now and just take out a little pea-sized amount and just dab it all over your face and massage it in. And this just soothes and settles your face, cools your face down, and you're ready to rock. And what I'll do is I'll make a document as well of all the bits and bobs, like a little, hi you guys, we're going to have our session soon, this is what you're going to need, and you can just ping it out. So again, just, taking off any of the day, using your cleanser to take that off. They can use a hot cloth if they want, or dampened cotton pads. And the reason we use dampened cotton pads is so that it doesn't drag across your face. And there's a little clip Helen Wardle's done on our lineage page of how to make your cloths hot, so you can share that with your customers as well. So quick cleanse of the face like this, and then use your toning essence to spritz across your face, and then take off the rest of your cleanser like this. Now, while I have this sort of just settling on my face, what I normally do then is, because they've had the breathing exercises and they're feeling a little bit more relaxed, I like to then go back to a little bit of a massage. So I tend to, and this is not the way it's done on the hub, by the way, I tend to break up the facial with little bits of wellness, massage, and whatever. I don't tend to go through the facial all step by step. I just find that kind of works for me and my customers. So I then go back to, because we've normally used a hot cloth to take off the cleanser, we've got our cloth ready to then use for our R. I tend to find if I put my R on first and we've not got the hot cloth and whatever, when they go to put the Be Gone on the face, they're going, got peppermint on my face. So this is why I tend to do it in this order. So then I'd say, right girls, open up your little sample of your R. And again, if you've got your tube at home, a little tiny bit, about that much there, collect it onto your fingertips, rub your fingertips together to get the aromatherapy oils going, and then focusing on that deep cleansing breath again, tummy out as you breathe in, tummy in, oh yes, lovely, and then rub it on the back of your neck, okay, really massage that in, oh, it's lovely, really get to the knots, oh, you can tell I've got knotty neck, spending too much time on the pig and computer. So massage that in, that just helps to soothe your neck there as well, so that's lovely. So I would be, I tend to do the facial interspersed with different bits and bobs. So after the toning essence then, we'd come back to our slumber facial. Now, the slumber facial, just to keep it easy, I've just kept to the actual, I would say the normal things that people would treat themselves to if they're new to Temple Spa and they want to have a ritual and a routine that they can have during their day. So I will be talking to them about using windows of the soul. We've talked about what the properties are. So this is how we apply it on the ring finger, just a little tiny a match head amount. That's all it is. Then you put your ring fingers together like this. And then where your socket is on your eye, you're going to just dab, 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 dab like this. And just backwards and forwards like that. And then anything that's left on your ring fingers like this. The reason we use ring fingers is so it doesn't put too much pressure on, just around like that. And then if you've got any concerns about sort of in here, you can pop at the little laughter lines like that. Then do a little rain dance all the way around, just to get your circulation going and just give it a little bit of a wake you up, so that helps the circulation and reduce the puffiness on your face and on around your eye area. So the next thing in the ritual is our repose, and this is the main part about this wellness facial. So repose resting nighttime cream. Now, a lot of my online classes at the moment is the full-on facial. When you go into people's workplaces, then quite often they don't want to have a facial if they're at work during their lunch hour. They don't want to take the makeup off. So what I would be saying is you wouldn't do the cleanse bit. I still do offer them the toning essence when they're at work, just to spritz across their faces, which they love the smell. They love the fact that it's going to set the makeup for the rest of the day. And then I use Repose in a slightly different way if it's the wellness session in a workplace without a facial. So if it's without the facial, I would be saying use your Repose. Again, little tiny bit on your fingers. And what I normally say to them is, right, smell it now. What can you smell? And then normally they go, I can't smell anything. And then I say, right, okay, so here's where the magic happens. Rub your fingertips together really, really quickly. And voila, it's disappeared. But now cup your hands across your nose and smell the lavender, the chamomile, absolutely. And again, do that beautiful deep breathing where you use your diaphragm to fill your lung space with rest and peace, tranquility, serenity. So if it's without the facial, we get them to rub it on their pulse points, okay, even behind the necks, and give themselves a little massage on the temples like this. If it's the full-on facial, which is what most people are wanting at the moment, again, same sort of thing, smell, 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 and then rub it into your face like this. And there's loads of massaging techniques that you can do, you know, sweeping underneath the sort of cheekbone area, up and around your eyes, little temple massages, anything that you know that helps you just to feel a little bit less stressed. Again, lots of time to smell in the beautiful Repose. Now, again, you can do your breathing, you know, breathe in for 3, hold for 4, breathe out for 5. And that is just preparing your mind, getting ready for rest. So when your customers treat themselves to some of these products, then if they do this ritual on a night time, say they've been struggling with sleep, you know, they've got a lot of anxiety, heightened stress, heightened emotion at the moment, then if they pop this routine into their day, the same routine. Bedtime is coming, chill down my brain, no phones, no tellies, no blue lights for an hour before bedtime. You will literally sleep like a baby. And Repose is the signature to that. So then this routine, talking it through as well to your customers, normally takes about half an hour. And it's quickest half hour you'll ever have in your life. And it's, wow, so time's gone. So the end of the routine is Palm Balm. So again, we've talked about the product. So in our hand ritual then, so it's all about rituals and routines, this wellness. Pop a little bit on your hands, rub your hands together, give your backs of your hands. Now, we've all been washing our hands within an inch of our lives just lately. Give us a wave if your hands are really sore at the moment. Anybody got sore hands? Yeah. So Palm Balm really, really is the answer. It's fab for the cuticles around your fingers as well. Great for age spots. And it's so easily absorbed. So if you're working, which a lot of us are at home, we're being furloughed or we're working from home at the computer, you can very quickly pick up your pen and start writing without your pen slipping through your hand because your hands are too greasy. So once they've got their Palm Balm on, and again, everything with Temple Spa is Mediterranean ingredients, plant extracts, fruit oils. It's absolutely gorgeous, natural ingredients, not tested on animals at all, and nothing in our product chain line has ever been tested on animals. So we've got complete traceability. So smell your hands, feel how soft they feel against your face as well. So with this ritual, we're going to put our elbows on the table and put our hands together in like a sort of prayer position. And then what we're going to do is, if you can, put your elbows together. Now, if some of us are bigger busted, that's a bit harder. So put your elbows together and then just bending your wrists one side like this, and then back to the middle, and then bending your wrist. And you'll find you're a bit bendier one side than the other. And of course, you can repeat that as many times as you want, but that's quite good because obviously when we're sitting at the computer doing this all the time, our wrists are really sore. So again, once you're doing the prayer stretches, then obviously focus on your wrists. Give your wrists a really good massage when you've been using your Palm Balm, right in the middle bit there where those tendons are. So really massage that. Do it on both wrists. And then the point, I can't get my head around this, the point that is really worth a good massage is the sort of flappy bit of skin that's in between your thumb and your hand. So really concentrate on that and give yourself a good massage there, and you'll feel how tight it is. Now, a lot of our headaches can be relieved by massaging here as well. So just giving that a good old massage like that, and in there as a little ritual to that. The other thing as well with your hands is sort of making sure you do each finger separately as well. And you can take as long or as little over this ritual as you want, depending obviously who you've got. And also you can look at sort of a little, waggling as well on the fingers just to loosen those joints, letting those joints move around so that you're releasing some of that fluid around the joints so that your fingers are a lot sort of less stressed. And we know that quite often we carry a lot of tension in and around our hands. So that's kind of like the actual wellness, slumber facial, ritual with the breathing, ritual with the repose, ritual with the hand treatment. And you can see it doesn't take that long if we do it online. So any questions on any of that so far? Give me a little wave. Are we all right? Oh, wait a minute. Just unmute yourself, Louise.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
I'm eating a banana,
I was
sorry.
going to say what you're eating.
banana. I'm trying to be good. Can you get this session done in 40 minutes then? Because that's what a Zoom session lasts, isn't it?
Yeah, I have. I've done it several times under the 40 and sort of really kept my eye on the clock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've even sort of set my phone with like 10 minutes to go.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, just give me a little buzz to say, right, people, we're nearly at the end now. I've just got 10 minutes more of your time. You know, bang, bang, bang. I'm generally surprised how quick it does go. Because for me, I'm not doing too much product knowledge. It's more about the rituals and talking things through, like this will help you feel more relaxed. This, you know,
absolutely. Okay. Fab.
Yeah. Is that all right?
Thank you. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thanks very much, Penny. Thank you.
So the next part of this session, I want to talk to you about how easy it is to do this online, because a lot of us have done this before, maybe in the Spartago world. Some of us are brand new, thinking, how the heck do I do all of this? So what I would say is that familiarise yourself with our hub first. Go on there and you go to, I think it's downloads, or something like that. And then there's wellness class. In there, there's all the script, all the stuff, and there's a little video as well. So you can have a look at that. Now that's a little video of us delivering the session in the workplace, but you could forward that video, like share it to your Facebook page and say, I'm going to replicate this beautiful experience in the comfort of your own home via the medium of blah, blah, blah. So that's quite nice. And look at the worksheets and things like that. Now, one of the things that I found that's worked incredibly well at the end of this, and again, you can take as long or as little over this as you want, is talking about some of the collections that we have with these products in. So they're just at the other side of the room. I'll just go and get them. 2 ticks. I was set up the other way around and then the sun was too much. So the one that most people would treat themselves to at the end of this session is our silent night tin. Actually tends to be the one that a lot of people quite like. So it comes in a lovely little retro tin like this. Inside you've got your eye mask, which is velvety. The strap is lovely, it doesn't hurt your ears. You've got your mini Repose, mini Drift Away, which is the signature fragrance, which is a massage oil come bath drizzle. You've got a mini Quietude, and you've got a little mini R. So apart from your Breath of Life, everything's in there. But most people are fretting about their sleep. So this is a great tin. It's also been very popular for me for birthday gifts or anniversary gifts. So that is only £21. Now, if you think at the moment your Repose on its own is £15, so you can buy that separately on the ordering system for 15, or you can treat yourself to £21 and get all that. So you get a lot of product for your value there. Now, the other thing is your All Being Well tin. Now, that's very similar. I love the decoration. Again, so you can keep your tins and put your love letters in them. Oh, not that I get any love letters. So in this one, you've got your Breath of Life. You've got a slightly bigger R. So if I show you the one in the Silent Night tin is that size, and in your All Being Well tin is that size. So you get a bigger R, and you get your Quietude, and you get your Repose, okay? And that one is 25. So that's just slightly more because you're getting that bigger R. Oh, I forgot to tell you as well, you get earplugs in the Silent Night tin. So you do, yeah, and they do work, yeah. So again, that's 25. Now, if you think that's 15, and that's 12 on its own, and that's normally £9.50 your quietude, and that I think is about £4 or £5. You're getting about £40 worth of product for £25. So again, that, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, I'll have 2 of them, one for me and one for my sister. Do you know what I mean? So the other thing that's been quite popular with me is the Do Not Disturb collection for birthdays and that sort of thing, which is a fabulous collection, and that's £42. So you get your key things of quietude, repose, you get your drift away drizzly bath, you get a Be Calm face mask and duvet body moisturiser, and you get a little Do Not Disturb Me little pillow pouch to hang on your bathroom door while you're treating yourself. So that's really, really quite nice. So a lot of people at the end of your session, you know, after half an hour, might say you've got, you know, five people on your little Zoom call or whatever, and they might be, oh, that's been lovely. Thank you, Nicola. Really enjoyed it. I'll have one of your Do Not Disturb collections, or I'll have one of your All Being Well tins. So, you know, generally speaking, sales for me so far have been somewhere between about £200 to £450. So, you know, it's the best half hour of your life you're ever going to spend, really. Obviously, the collection that we've talked through with the Slumber Facial, that's a collection that Temple Spa put together to save your customers a bit of money as well. So the Slumber collection is your Windows of the Soul, your Repose, your Toner, and your Be Gone cleanser. Like I'm making like a little Jenga. You get all of that for £77, and that saves you £30. So that is a fabulous little collection. So in its simplicity, £77, treat yourself to a well-being facial every night. There you go. You know, and it's a good starter kit if you've got customers who are brand new to you, who've never done, you know, skincare or whatever before. That's a lovely little starter collection. Now, to complicate it, just so you've got all the information, if they say, well, do you know what, I've loved your little sample of Be Gone, but I've got really unsettled skin, they can swap the cleanser for a different cleanser, and you'd give them advice about that, and the price stays the same. If you've got customers who are perhaps a little bit more familiar with Temple Spa and they like the upgraded cleanser called In the Beginning, which I have in my bag over there, which is a double blended cleansing melt, they can have all of that with their In the Beginning cleanser only for £9 more. Complicate even further, you can swap your Windows of the Soul for eye truffle and pay £35 more, or you can swap your Windows of the Soul for the eye patch serum patches only for £5 more. So all of this is like as clear as mud. I just tend to stick to the nice easy one. When you treat yourself to Be Gone, Repose, and Windows of the Soul and Toner, it's only £77, and that keeps it simple for me, yeah. Or as Helen Wardle would say, KISS, keep it simple, sister. So that's what I believe. So now at this time of with all the little special offers and care packages that we've got going on, obviously when they've treated themselves to £77 spend, they can add on some of the little purchase with the purchases. So I might be sending them a little sample of Peace Be Still in the post, and say, you know, at the end of the ritual, we've done our palm balm, now let's just finish off with a bit of Peace Be Still on our arms. Oh, the lovely lemony and coriander smell, blah, blah, blah. Oh, did you know for £7, you can add on a little Peace Be Still, a little, what is it, or something, and a little lip balm, I can't remember, for only £7. And they'll go, oh yeah, thank you, I'll do that as well. So it's another little add-on with that. So, how's all that feeling for you girls? Does that feel okay? Yeah? Any questions for any of that? All right, okay. So, if you're wondering how to do all this online, the best way to do it is Zoom. And like Louise just said there, can you get all that done in 40 minutes? Absolutely, because it's kind of like, you know, we're in, we're doing, and whatever. What I would say is practice. So, either practice to yourself in the mirror, which sounds ridiculous, but that's a good way to do it. Or say to some of your friends and family, I really need a practice session. Can you be my guinea pigs? And just try it out on them. Don't go eyeballs out thinking, oh, I'm going to do £1,000 class. Da, 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 da. I just need to practice. Let me treat you like my guinea pigs. And that's a really good way of doing it. So Zoom session seems to work best, or a FaceTime thing, or whatever else other apps are available. I don't get commission off Zoom, by the way. So that works quite well. Another way that you can do your wellness session is via like a WhatsApp group. So you could say to your friends and family, right, 8 o'clock next Friday, we're all going to get together, have a Slumber Facial together, and I'm going to send you all the products in the post. Get ready, 3, 2, 1, go. And then just via your little WhatsApp at 8 o'clock, you'd text them, hiya, how's everybody doing? Give me a thumbs up, and an emoji, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, da-da-da-da-da. And then you'd pop a little video in there, a little voice note or whatever. You could talk them through. Preparation is key for all of these online digital things. Your preparation is going to take 3 times longer than the actual delivering. So with your WhatsApp groups, what you can do is you can save anything you want to text in your notes on your phone. So now all you've got to do is copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, yeah? Same with your Facebook events. You can have your document ready and copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So I'll talk about your WhatsApp one first, because that's really kind of been the most popular for me, and the most I've enjoyed that the most, I think, really, is what I've enjoyed. So preparation's key. I would have your photos ready on your phone, all your videos ready. So you could sit at home and practice to your heart's content, going, this is a Slumber collection. When you treat yourself to this and this and this, you get this for free. And it's £77. And if it all goes pants up, you just go delete and then do it again, you know. So you can have your video ready to, and then texting your little WhatsApp group saying, okay, are we ready then? Thumbs up. Who's ready for a fantastic collection? Who wants to save £30? Ping. Then you upload the video, and then you just say, comment yes if you want one of those, yeah? And then you get yes, 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 yes. Can I change the cleanser? Yes, of course you can. Da, 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 da. And again, I would, with your WhatsApp groups, you'd make your group on your WhatsApp. So I called it, like, you know, Easter weekend WhatsApp party or something like that, or WhatsApp class, something like that. And then I invited people to join the group. And then in the week leading up to the virtual little WhatsApp gathering, I got excitement going. Oh, I can't wait to see you on Friday, 8 o'clock. Oh, here's a little teaser. Here's a video of this. Or did you know that Winds of the Soul contains Edelweiss? You know, not from Sound of Music, whatever. I don't know. You know, just like little drip feed stuff into the WhatsApp group, so that when they come to 8 o'clock on that Friday or whenever it is, they're like, yeah, I'm good to go. What I found with the WhatsApp classes as well, with the wellness ones as well, is they quite like a spot prize. They quite like a bit of a giveaway. So, and it also entices them to turn up, because the fear and dread, and I don't know about you, is that you were sitting there thinking, I've done all this organising, I've invited the world and his wife and the cat, and no one's going to show up. So I always say, oh, I've got some, you know, £100 worth of giveaways. I've got some spot prizes. Now, your giveaways don't actually have to come from you. They're the savings that they're going to save. So I often say, in my classes, I regularly give away £350 worth of product, because actually I am. If everybody bought one, you know, that collection, they're all getting this for £30 for free. If I've got 5 people treating themselves to the collection, you know, and then, do you know what I'm saying? Plus the host gift and whatever. So what I've done for Facebook events and WhatsApp is I've said, for everybody who treats themselves to something tonight, your name will go into the draw. And hopefully there's enough orders to make a £200 class, and then I'll pull the name out and they're going to win the Taste of Temple Spa. So that kind of encourages people to order at the end of the session. Also, I've found little spot prizes. So I might say, oh, we're going to be using Windows of the Soul in our next part of this ritual. Spot prize, first person to tell me what's key ingredient in Windows of the Soul. So when you WhatsApp, they're going to text. Oh, it's milk thistle. Oh, it's da-da-da-da-da. Yes, well done. Nicola's won. I don't know, it might be a chocolate. It could be anything. Do you know what I mean? Your spot prize could be anything. But people love a freebie. So that tends to keep them on their toes and listening, as well as, you know, engaging with you. So you don't feel like you're just talking and no one's there. So that works quite well. The difference with your Facebook events. So your Facebook events is like a pre-scheduled event. So you would go onto your Facebook page, book an event, 7:30 on Friday night is going to be a wellness session, and you invite whoever you want to invite. Now, I've found if you invite the world and his wife, then everybody sits there and thinks, oh, well, Sheila's going, so I don't have to go. I know she's invited 80 people, so what's the point of me going, you know? I tend to find if you make it a bit more exclusive, then you get more people coming. So if you say this is, you know, like a limited number of people that can be there, it's first come, first served, I've only got so many allocated spaces, you know, this kind of thing, then it makes it more exclusive. And if somebody says, oh, can I join? Oh, I'm really sorry, it's full. However, you can have your own one. All you've got to do is just find a few of your friends and I'll put another one on next week. Is that all right? So then you've got another one coming. Does that make sense? Yeah. So for me, scheduling the event, invite who you want to invite, over-invite. It's like having a real Sparta Gold class where maybe you want 6 to 8 people, so you invite probably 12 to 15, okay? And generate the excitement again in the week leading up to it. You can private message those who are going, encourage those who are going to turn up to click that we're going. And it's very much like your WhatsApp class. At 8 o'clock on the Friday night, you all sit down, you've got your computer or your phone or whatever, and you're going to click and post information into the thread of the Facebook page, popping in videos, popping in wellness tips, beauty ideas, your video of you doing the wellness actual ritual, and punctuate it with a spot prize, quiz of the day, blah, 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 blah. And that people love it. Absolutely. They're like, oh, Penny, it's been the best half hour I've had in my life, you know. Now, with your WhatsApp and your Facebook, they can take a little bit longer than maybe it's your half an hour because you're popping in some of those other little varieties. I was going to say there. And what you'll be surprised about is the people who join you on a Zoom call might be distinctly different from the ones who join you on a Facebook event and the ones who join you on a WhatsApp event as well. I've engaged with people just last week in a Facebook event, my family, who've never, ever, ever shown any interest in anything that I've done, and they've treated themselves to a full-on £77 collection and you know, a wellness tin and a dining. I spent like 150 quid. And I've always thought, well, you're not bothered, you know. But actually, hiding behind the Facebook where nobody could see them, they've never wanted to come to a class, they've never wanted to host a class, they've never wanted to, you know, and suddenly, by the digital platform, they've become very, very involved and interested in Temple Spa. So it is a way of helping some who feel a little bit shy, maybe, to get involved and to enjoy Temple Spa. What was I going to say there? So again, with your Facebook event and your WhatsApp events, the presentation of the collection obviously is quite important. And sometimes what's worked for me, and again, you've got to look at your own situation. I've sort of said, okay, anybody who treats themselves to the Slumber collection tonight will receive a little add-on thank you gift from me. Now, at this moment in time, the little £5 doorstep packages and whatever, they're quite a nice little add-on. And it just gets more product out of them, particularly if they're a new customer or brand new at Temple Spa. It's also a way of saying thank you to them, and obviously it's an extra sale for you. But you might think, well, £5 quite a lot. So there is at the top, obviously, there's the little incentives, and they're about 50 pence, 70 pence a pound, something like that. So you can add on something like that, you know, and you know, add something on, and that then might just encourage them from just maybe treat themselves to Windows of the Soul to upgrade into a collection if they think they're going to get a freebie. But don't do that if you are not in a position to do that. I just find that by the time I've taken my commission off from an extra little add-on, it's only cost me tuppence halfpenny. Do you know what I mean? But that does seem to work quite well for me. So your Zoom sessions work best, as I've said. And what I would do is I'd mute everybody, and like I've done today, is every now and then just sort of say, anybody got any questions? And you know, give them a chance to feel like they're part of it. But what I would say is, if you're doing the Zoom session or you're sending out any product for people to use on the night, give yourself plenty of time, because the post is taking quite a long time at the moment, through no fault of anybody's. It's just coronavirus craziness. Things are taking quite a long time. And what I will say is, get a padded envelope to put your little samples in. I sent out some samples to somebody, and I kept saying, have you got it yet? Have you got it yet? No. And then we actually had the session, she still hadn't got the samples, and the reason was the little paper envelope had all ripped, half the stuff had fell out, and they sent it back to me, didn't even send it to her. So always put your sender details on the back as well, just in case. What was I going to say there? Yeah, your little sample pots, you can get them on the hub from Temple Spa. They look quite nice with Temple Spa logo on, but they are quite deep. So you look a little bit mean when you only put a tiny bit in the bottom. So I would say go on eBay or Amazon or something like that, and you can get like 100 little sample pots for like, I think it's £8.99 or something. So they're a little bit shallower, so they're quite good. On our Team Wardle linear page as well, Charlotte Marshall has uploaded a little document that's got the stickers that can go on the top of your pots, and they've got the Temple Spa name on. You can edit them, and again, the stickers are about £5.99 or something like that. There was a link on there for the stickers, so they really look professional. So get your little cheap pots, get your stickers, and you know, put on them what's inside Palm Balm, Be Gone, whatever. So when they open their packet on the day of the session, and thank you, and they're you know, like, wow, this looks really professional, really beautiful, and they're dead excited to take part in the session. Let me see. What I normally say at the end of the virtual classes, I've really enjoyed spending my time with you today. Thank you so much for still pausing part of your day today to take time out to find a space and time to be rested, restored, and hopefully more relaxed. And I'm going to leave this class open for another hour. So if you've got any questions, you can WhatsApp me or text me, or you can email me on blah, blah, blah. And just throughout the rest of the evening, maybe you might come up with some questions that you hadn't thought of before. I'm here to answer any of those questions. And I tend to put it from that point of view rather than I'm here to answer all whatever you want to buy, because do you know what I mean? That kind of takes the edge off the wellness thing. So, and also I tend to use the word, if there's something that you'd like to treat yourself to, then I can help you find the best way to get the biggest discount. And that tends to sort of encourage them to think about making a little purchase as well. One thing that, and this is the last little thing, and then I'll finish because I realise it's nearly an hour and 20. So what I tend to do at the end of the session as well is say, you know, give us a little wave if you've really enjoyed it. They're like, yeah, it's been lovely. Oh, thank you so much. So what I say is, I'd love to do this again with you another time, because at this moment in time, we're tending to invite our friends. And the idea is, if we have 5 of our friends and they all have 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, it's going to, you know, we're going to spread the love of Temple Spa and really enjoy sharing these sessions with a host of different people. So what I tend to do is I'll say, so tonight you've really enjoyed it. I'd love to replicate this again with your friends. For anybody who secures a date with me in the month of May, you will receive a special treat, blah, 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 whatever it is. And it, you know, I might say, you know, don't forget you can have a host gift if that's what I wanted to do, or you can, you can have you know, a free hour or whatever it is that you want to come up with. So offer an incentive to get virtual class bookings into May, even into April. We've still got loads of time in April, okay? So you know, get your virtual classes booked into May, and also offer an incentive to get your Spa to Go classes booked into, let's hope, June and July, okay? So again, you know, any bookings that are made tonight, you know, you will get a blah, 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 yeah? So it's about getting your business, hitting the ground running and moving your business forward in a secure way that's going to help your business grow and help other people to experience the love of Temple Spa. I think there's just one last little thing. Yeah, one last little thing. On the hub, there are lots and lots and lots of videos on the Zoom videos. So there's lots more information about organising Facebook events, organising Zoom classes, WhatsApp classes, how to do anything digital. They're much more techie than I am. That's been a whirlwind tour of how to do all of this, particularly with the wellness focus. So go on the Zoom sessions, you click on the hub, go to Zoom videos, click on which one. They're about an hour and a half. So either watch it in chunks, do you know what I mean? Or sit with a bottle of wine and watch it with a packet of crisps and, you know, have a little look, and you really will be inspired. And if you want me to sit in on, or, you know, your managers or whatever, if you want me to sit in and be the little fly on the wall, or the little person who like adds little comments in, or goes, oh, this is great, blah, 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 I'm really happy to do that. Catherine, who was on our Zoom call, I think she's just popped off now, she did that for me on 2 of mine, and I really felt like somebody was holding my hand. As confident as I am, I was bricking it, absolutely bricking it. And, you know, at the end of it, I thought, whoa, what have I been worried about? This is really not that hard at all. But if you wanted me to be there for you and help to scaffold the session, you know, whatever support you need from today moving forward, just get in touch, and I'm more than happy to help. So has that been helpful, people? I'm going to unmute you now, so you can just sort of Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes. All right, yeah. Has it been good? Good. So any questions, get back to me. My number, if you don't have it, is 077 485 51966. I'll say that again. It's 077 485 51966. So you can more than happy to text me or whatever with any daft questions. And by the way, there are no daft questions, you know. All questions are worthy. So I've enjoyed spending my time with you. Give it a go, girls. Wellness is where it all is. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.